The secret to buying and selling sports cards in 2024, 2025, and hopefully I can help you guys out. Later on in the video, I'm going to show you a secret that we usually use that works pretty well. But the first one that we've been trying to talk about and understand how we can buy and sell to the greatest effect around the area, around the world, around on different places is using like leveraging technology and having that help us out with use smarter transactions. The first thing I was thinking about is like online marketplaces. I've been saying this a lot in my last videos about, eBay and things like that, but eBay is a great source to understand how much your cards are worth, how much you can sell them for, how much they've been going for. And if you don't really know how to use eBay, look at our last videos. We've been doing a lot of these eBay things, but I'll go over it real fast. Just so when you go on eBay, make sure that you list it by most recent sell, or sometimes you can even list it by the highest price and what they sold for. And you can see which ones they sold for. If I'm trying to sell a Ellie De La Cruz card, I go on there, I go on eBay, I found an Ellie De La Cruz Bowman 2024 autograph or something like that. I didn't, but I mean, some people have done that. And you go in there and you see how much it's selling for. If you find one, then you can sell for that price. You can do it bidding it. You can think different things like that. ComC is a good one. StockX is a great one. They've been growing over the last year. They've been really gaining a lot of interest. But best offers are really a good way to buy cards on eBay. But with anything really, I mean just cards or anything in general, you can add that buy offer. We go into Cooperstown. We've been going to Cooperstown the last year, and we've been looking at pins. My son's really into pin collecting, so we've been looking at the pins and going through the pins. We can look at, okay, how much do they sold for? If there's cool ones we can do, we can send out some best offers and see if the guys accept it or not. So it's a really good trade to use to get best offer, and you can kind of try to get them on a pretty good, cheap, and reasonable price. Another one is using like card grading services and authentication apps. If you didn't know, which I really didn't know too much before I made this video, is there's PSA has digital services and various card grading services that you can use to authenticate your card, whether you're selling it or you're looking for a card that you're buying, you can authenticate it. And I think various card grading systems like SGCs, they have like a mobile app that you can use, and you can look at the authentication of that, and before you buy or sell it. So that's a great tool to have. So again, check that one out and see, and let us know in the comments what you guys think. The second one is understanding the card marketplace. Like, where is the card marketplace at? Where is the marketplace for your card? I mean, you have to understand, okay, is this a well-known player? Is this a Hall of Famer? Is this a future Hall of Famer? Is this a rookie card that really nobody knows about? And if you're trying to sell these things, you have to understand, the prices that are going to have. If I have a Matt Bay Michkov card from the Flyers, not many people before the season knew about him. So his card wasn't going that much. As I've been watching this over the last couple months, I've seen his card go up double in price because he's been having a pretty good season. He has almost a point per game average. This is November now. So you have to understand your marketplace and the card you're looking for, and what card you have, and what people are selling for, and what people are asking for, and what people are buying that card for as well. So understanding this is very important, because you want to look at new market trends for the card in 2024, 2025. Player performance. Performance is such a big deal with player performance, and looking for like milestones of players, how their stock is rising, how it's going down, if it's a breakout season and things like that. That's very important when you're looking for performance, and how the impact of their performance is affecting the overall card. It's pretty common sense, but maybe you never really thought about that before. The next one is like vintage and rare cards. Historical significant cards over the last few months have been going up. Maybe the last year have been really going up if they're well preserved. I mean, they're always pretty preserved. You have like a Honus Wagner from the early 1900s. I mean, obviously that's well preserved. You have a good one, and there's not many of them made, obviously, and they're very, very rare, very, very expensive. But ones from the 70s, one from the 60s, Wayne Gretzky rookie card, things like that. Don't get caught up in the latest thing, like the latest greatest thing, unless you're trying really maybe to flip things, and you want to try and make a profit. We're not really here to make a profit, obviously. We're trying to make collectors out of you guys, make a community, things like that. So we're looking for like historical significance cards that would go up in price, and we hold on to them, and we have them for our kids, and then their kids and their kids, and then they'll be worth something one day. The next one is like focusing on like niche markets. If you don't know what a niche is, we go over this in our science class a lot. It's like a certain specific area where you want to target, and you want to look at targeting market trends and how is the market trend changing. There are many underrated cards. There are many hidden gems that you can find. Look, I was talking about the rookie cards prior in a couple of videos again, or this video before this video was made last video or second last video, and these are very hard to find, but you can also sometimes you can find and make lots of money within these different markets. There are some card markets that are out there. I know that over the summertime, I bought an Onyx card, and an Onyx card, they're like Onyx cards for baseball. And I was looking for Charlie Condon because he was like a big home run hitter, and he went like in the draft class this past year. And I was looking for cards to get for him because he was very important, and I wanted to hold on to some of his cards. So I think I found 2 or 3 base cards of his. But those base cards just alone, I think they're worth $15 or $20. So it's a pretty cool thing if you know what kind of card market, instead of looking at like Topps and Bowman and Don Russ and all those, you might be able to find off the card markets that might have some good value. So like look at that stuff. And Onyx is a good brand. The one that's like a hanger pack I think I got, it was worth like, I think I paid $16 or $17 just for the hanger pack, but I did find some pretty good cards in there. Found it on auto as well. Minor league cards too are a good thing, or obscure sports like MMA. MMA is getting big now. Like we were talking about some of the people in the comments, and like MMA might be a good thing to like look at and start looking into getting into. I'm not sure if that's going to go anywhere, but it is very popular now. International leagues as well, soccer, things like that. So there's some things you can kind of look at that you can find possibly some hidden gems in there. Looking for parallel insert cards from these market trends, right? There's been a huge shift towards parallel short print insert cards over the last since COVID, and they have better long-term value now, I believe, than they did like when I had Bo Jacksons and things like that from the early 90s in the wax pack era. There wasn't much, you have Bo Jacksons, but they're not like if you find something now like an Ellie De La Cruz or a CJ Stroud, these things are going. I know the CJ Stroud green variety from that Donruss Optics is like $300-$400 now. So I mean, these parallels that you're finding are worth a lot more now, especially the rookies, I believe. So you can kind of see what they're going to look at. Looking at which set is in high demand. Over the summertime, the Donruss Optic, you couldn't even find them on the shelves. They were in such high demand that they were so hard to find. If you can find them, you can resell just the boxes by themselves for 3 times the money. So that was just crazy in itself. And I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to get a box and open it up with my family. And I couldn't even find a box. So we found like the hanger packs, but that's where I found the CJ Stroud green variety in there. But I never really found any blaster boxes, mega boxes, or things like that. And I'm not even getting into the hobby boxes. I'm just getting into like the cheaper versions of these things. But they are very sought after right now. The next one is social media and influencers' impact. I don't really consider myself an influencer, right? But influencer impact, like, hey, what are they opening? What are they saying? What are they saying is a great card to get? So you might have to go through YouTube and watch videos about these things. Build your brand for selling. What I wrote down, because it's so important to build your brand if you're going to be a seller, if you're trying to, the secret of buying and selling cards. So on the selling aspect, it's important to build your brand, meaning like if I'm going to go on eBay, I'm not going to buy from somebody that has zero sell experience. That's just me. I'm kind of skeptic. It might be somebody just like trying to sell me a fake card or things like that. I'm looking for a guy that has like maybe or somebody that has 1,000 stars or 10,000 stars or even 500 stars that are all pretty good ratings. That's what I'm trying to look at when I'm trying to. And when you build your brand for selling, you got to build a good brand. You can't just think like I got this great card. Sometimes you can, and then you're going to be able to sell it in like 2 seconds. It may take months to sell these things. So you might have them on the shelf for a long period of time. So it's no longer about just listing cards, but like building your brand, influencing things, using TikTok, using YouTube, using Instagram, X, and build your showcase and build your brand that way. And then, shoot people to your eBay page or your whatever Facebook Marketplace page. And they're, oh yeah, this guy opened up this, I can watch this video, open up this pack, and then going to The eBay pages, I know this card is authentic. I can buy it from him. I feel safe buying from him. So they might be able to pay more money for that because they feel more safe for you. Um, Connecting through live auctions. I know Scotty has done a lot of live auctions. I haven't really done many live auctions, so my experience here is not really great. But I really thought like Whatnot and TikTok, the popularity just alone is very popular, at least with the younger generation. So if you're trying to hit the younger generation, real time auctions, it gives you a good feel of where the prices are at, but also it gives you a good community aspect as well. Like if you're talking to people and you're talking to these people that are breaking for you and things like that, and they're live, you're building a community aspect. It's a different community than going like the card shows and going different places, but it is still building that community aspect that we all want to have when we're collecting or when we're talking to people and things like that. That's like our main thing here as Sports Card Hustlers, we want to do is that community aspect. The last one, and what I wanted to really tell you, is going to local. This is our secret one that we want to do, right? Is we go to local card shops and we go to local shows. Okay, even not even local shows, but around the entire area where we live, right? And don't overlook local resources. That's part of this because online is dominant, but you can still find great deals at like these in-person events. You can still find great deals. This is like my main secret where I find a lot of good cards are like, um, you know, live auctions. Okay, or not even live auctions. That's a good one, but like live auctions meaning like at the actual place, like you're there at the actual place. I like going in face. You can talk to somebody. You can, oh, I was going to try to get this card, but I only have $40. Maybe I can get it for 35. You can barter. You ever hear like the American Pickers and watch American Pickers? They barter. They can make their connections and they barter. Okay, I'll give you $300, but if you give me this, and this, I'll give you $300. It's bartering, right? And you can find some pretty good deals that way and hold on to them for your collection if you're just trying to hold them on for your collection. That's a great thing. And that leads me into my last part is networking and making friends with dealers, right? Like the American Pickers, they network. They have this whole big network where they can drive around and go to these places. These people find stuff for them. They go there and pay them. It's a great networking thing and building relationships as you see this stuff. So building relationships, the community aspect, all these things are great to help you guys buy and sell cards in 2024, 2025, and even in the future. I mean, I'm not sure what the future holds, but I mean, I know that eBay's been around for a while. I know that Whatnot's been around for a good amount of time, TikTok and live and things like that. So all those things will help you buy stuff and sell stuff with confidence, which might help you, prolong the hobby and then maybe make your collection grow. That's the whole main thing, is to make your collection grow and to have fun and build that community aspect. So don't lose sight of why you collect. I know a lot of times in the comments, oh, we're trying to make this money. I know we're trying to make money. I understand that, right? But I also understand that we're trying to also, build that community aspect. And it's very important. It's just not about the profits, but it's about the passion, right? I love teaching. I have a lot of passion in teaching, right? And I love collecting sports cards. And I try to bring that passion and that enthusiasm into the field that allow you guys to help you guys out, but also to help me out with my collection and my son's collection and our friends' collection and things like that. And you want to have the whole end of the road here is to have a really cool collection to show off, right? And that's what you want to do, is to have that cool collection to show off. So if you have some good buying tips or some good websites or things like that, share them in the comments like you guys been doing. It's great. We have been on our last video, we have like over 150 comments on this last video, and it's a great place to build that community and to have a safe place to say stuff. And that's awesome to say. And that's why we're here. We want to have that safe place to say, because I don't really think a lot of people are out here doing this. And I think that really makes our niche, because of the fact that we're trying to make that community and bring everybody in and have a great discussion and help people get to where they want to be eventually. So hopefully this video helps you guys out. Make sure to give us a sub. We'll be here for a while. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace.